Like she's saying, you have your own thoughts. I get the who you are walking around with, and then they're building up. Remember when somebody does something, when you give your own reasons why they did it. Because people will also say it, if you have a weakness of people pleasing, then it's very easy for you to fall into it when people keep saying you're the strong one, you're able to can hold us together, and you forever there for us. You end up believing it to say, now this is me, this is how I play it.
In this case, before you say yes, you pause for it. Is this what I really want?
Yes,
You know?
yes. You ask yourself the questions.
And then you can sit with discomfort instead of over explaining yourself.
Welcome to Emodcast. Feel deeper.
Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of Emodcast. I am your host and aspiring psychologist, Lesedi Matebula, and I'm here with my lovely co-host.
Hello, Lesedi. My name is Sophie Setole. I'm a life coach, a relationship coach, and a passionate motivational speaker from Better You. But I'm also a co-host here at Emodcast. How are you doing, Lesedi?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
This is the beginning of loving yourself. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys. So, have you ever had, or have you ever experienced that thing of abandoning yourself?
In what sense?
Abandoning your own needs, abandoning your own intuition, in order to please others, if I may say that.
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, yes, I have. But at the time, I was not aware of it. I thought I was loving people around me, caring for them and showing up for them. I did not know that at that point it could be self-abandonment. Yeah. Until I get exhausted out of it, went back to check what's going on, then I realized that I gave my all until I couldn't give anymore. So it was exhausting. So I've learned and I'm back from it.
Okay. I think I also have, in the sense where I couldn't say no. It could be that my body was tired to an extent where I know that I have to rest. But because already, let's go somewhere. I'm abandoning my own intuition and I'm abandoning my own needs. And I'm saying, only to find out I'm like, I should have stayed home instead.
Yeah, because you don't want to be there.
Yeah, because now I'm regretting everything. And then maybe even the experiences that are happening around me, I'm not genuinely enjoying them. Like, I'm not fully involved.
Yeah.
So this is the topic of today: self-abandonment versus self-respect.
Sure, that sounds deep. Okay, let's hear. What do you have for us?
Okay, so I think in a way we covered what self-abandonment is.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
So it's ignoring your own intuition, trying to please people the way you mentioned, and then ignoring your body's signal. Like, I feel like your body tells you when it doesn't want to do something, exhaustion, and then saying it's fine when it's not.
When it's actually not,
Yes. So would you say self-abandonment starts small before it becomes a huge pattern?
Definitely yes. Because at the beginning, you're not aware of it in most cases. You're thinking, like I've said, you're just showing up for your people, loving them, caring them. And until it gets to a point where they know that whenever we call or ask for her, she'll definitely pitch up and leave everything that she's busy with just to be there for family and friends. And it's only later, like you're saying, when you're exhausted and you have nothing to give, and then you feel like, okay, this is too much. So something will tell you that you need to sit and check what's going on. And then you find that it's sadly people pleasing.
So I think when you show up for these people, like in that way where you abandon yourself, in most cases these people do not show up in the same intensity the way you do.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. In most cases, unfortunately,
Yes,
it's like
like
that.
that.
Because remember, you teach people how to treat you, and then you've shown them that every time when they say something or ask for something from you, you jump up and pitch up, all right? So they get used to it. You're teaching them that it's okay for them to treat you like that.
sure.
Yes, until you get to a point where you can't anymore. So now they'll always know that you're the one that's giving, but they don't return that. Yes, yes. And you said that it's okay. You've taught them, with action to say it's okay. Even if you didn't say it verbally, but with action, you've taught them that it's okay to do this. Play around me whichever way, whenever way you want to. It's okay, yes. And then that's when people feel like I'm forever pitching up for people, but when I'm in need, there isn't anyone. Yes.
Okay.
Sad, right?
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about it because I relate, ne?
Yeah.
There were instances where there was a funeral at one of my friends' place.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I gave it my all, but I made sure that I gave her the support. I was there, even though I couldn't be there during the week, but at least on the day of the funeral, of the burial, I was there. Hey, bona, I'm here, and then until tables were turned, right? There's a funeral go high, and then somehow this friend, okay, I understand we all have commitments, right?
Yes.
Such as work and whatnot and whatnot. But what happens when you knock off? You can always come and check up on me or whatever.
Yeah.
So on the day of the burial, I understood that she had to work, but you surely you knock off at maybe, for example, 2, right, on the day. I wouldn't say failed, but she failed to come and say, "Once guy, are you still there? Can I come and see you for a minute or two?" Whereas if it was me, I know that I would have done that. And it did not click until my grandmother asked about her. And I was like, oh wow. And then it hit me like, this person did not come
show up. Yeah.
Yes. And then if tables were turned, I would have made sure whether you go Cape Town or I would have made sure in that moment in time, I'm here.
2 minutes, yeah.
Yes, but I'm here. Unfortunately.
That's
she was not
unfortunate.
here. Yeah. So the psychology behind people pleasing, it's often a trauma response, and it is mostly aligned with attachment styles, such as anxious attachment, and when you have conditional love growing up. So basically, when you also have this fear of conflict, you have this fear of abandonment as well. It's like you don't want conflict because you think me saying no, someone else will leave me, right? Maybe it also happens from a young age, from friends or family, e.g. conditional love. Maybe as you grow up, some parents, they don't like it when you say no. So now when you say no, perhaps they withdrew their love or whatever thing it might be, and then you had this anxious attachment. So now you grow up having this habit. Please have a
That's sad because that's coming from an angle of childhood patterns and traumas that people grow up with. So you've always grown up believing that if you say no, someone will leave you, or they, like you're saying, stop giving you attention, love, and all that. So you feel like the best thing to do is forever saying yes to everyone so that they don't leave you. Yeah.
Sad.
Very.
So, people pleasing isn't kindness; it's fear of rejection.
Yes.
The way you said
yes.
it.
Yes.
And then would you say the strong one is another form of self-abandonment, like being titled as the strong one in the family or in the friend group or whatever?
Yes, it is. But now, it happens in most cases that when you're not aware, you just fall in that habit, and then you stay there. Because people will also say it, if you have a weakness of people pleasing, then it's very easy for you to fall into it when people keep saying you're the strong one, you're able to can hold us together, and you forever there for us. You end up believing it to say, now this is me, this is how I play it. And then now when tables are are tens, you're the one that need a strong one in your life. There
is
isn't
no
any,
one.
because you've been made to believe that. And because now you have this weakness of people pleasing, you end up believing it and thinking, now that it's my turn to need help, there isn't a strong one for me. So you just by yourself, by your corner. So now it's very important for people to allow themselves to accept a point of weakness when they're at it. To say, at this point, I am weak, I'm vulnerable, so I need to go back and regroup. It would be nice if one has something that, or someone that they can talk to. It would be very nice. Yes.
Yeah, and then I think if also you're the strong one in that case, then showing signs of weakness or vulnerability will be seen as caring. Not necessarily weak, but because you believe that you're strong. Now, in that moment, or feel maybe you're a failure, if I can say that. Yeah, you'll feel like you're a failure. Now you're not strong anymore.
Yeah, but you can afford to be vulnerable
like
at that point. Yeah, which is cheating yourself. Yeah, that's cheating yourself, because now you are vulnerable at that point. So I wish people can understand that when you admit it and say it, it's actually a way of gaining your strength back again. To say you admit, you're not in denial about it. And then once you admit it, you will recover and definitely bounce back.
Staying quiet to keep peace. Have you ever had to do that? Like, have you ever?
Yes. Like I said earlier on, when I was in that trap of people pleasing also, I would do that. I would just keep quiet and feel like if I say something, there's gonna be a conflict, because I'm not a person that big on confrontational and all that. So I figured the best thing is just to keep quiet and let it go. But the unfortunate part is that it eats you up inside.
Yeah, there's this
yes. Until I learned that there's a way of saying it. I learned that it's important to say things. Rather find a way of saying it, because it's not always about what you say, but how you say it. So it's important to always find a way of saying it so that it's out and then people know, because sometimes it's acts of unfortunate that people do to you. So when you keep quiet, they're going to continue doing it, because you find that in some cases people are not aware of certain actions.
Yeah. For when it's like they're oblivious to what's happening around them.
Yeah. So if you say that when you're doing this, it doesn't sit well with me, they have to find a way of stopping it. But if you don't say, they'll definitely continue.
Yes. And then another thing, I think when you stay quiet to keep the peace, what happens is you are internalizing your thoughts and your feelings to a point where you might explode at some point, because there are people that cannot. Okay, some cannot say ne, and then some, they are conditioned not to talk about how they feel in that moment. So, batlalana, and then after batlalana, they'll explode. And then it won't be nice on the receiving end, because now they're just saying anything and everything they're feeling.
So can I ask, like, what you just explained now, of it came to a point where you realize that you had to speak up.
Yes.
Keeping peace, keeping quiet meant now, like Elise has said, you internalize the pain.
Yes.
Does that also mean that there comes a point where one has to be like, ask themselves, do I need people's approval for my own well-being? Because like being a people's pleaser means that you need people to be on your side, or you need them to see you doing good for you to actually
feel good.
Yes. So does it ever get to a point where one asks themselves, why do I need, or when do I need people's approval for me to get to feel good?
It has to. It doesn't need to. It has to come to a point where you sit and ask yourself such questions to say, what makes me happy? And the actions that you do for people to be happy so that you can be happy as well. Ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it something that I want to do? So definitely one needs to ask themselves a lot of questions and be honest about the answers so that you can get out of the trap.
Okay, and then also talking about keeping quiet, I think you also have a sense of resentment that builds over time towards, I don't know, these people.
Yes, definitely, because I get it, like she's saying, you have your own thoughts. I get the who you are walking around with, and then they're building up. Remember when somebody does something, when you give your own reasons why they did it. And in cases you'll find that it's negative reasons that you give because you never said anything to the person. So you'll be saying maybe they don't like you, or they hate you, or they just want to hurt you, or they want to see you unhappy. Whatever reasons that you're going to be giving you, they build up inside, and they build this negative thought in you so much that it's going to be heavy on you.
Okay, talking about staying quiet, there's this episode of Bluey, that I once watched. So Bluey is the oldest sister, and then she has a younger sister called Bingo, right? So they went to the market, and then they have this game that they play as a family where whenever some music, whether it's from koshopong or a car or whatnot, you need to dance. So it was Bingo's turn to activate the dance mode. Go, her mom, dad, and her older sister.
The family.
Yeah, on the family. So I think in that episode it shows that she was not ready to activate the dance mode, maybe for that day. But because everyone kept pestering her, she went on to say yes when Nasanya again. So at the end of the day, everyone had fun except her. When they went home, they were like, she had this toy, yes, and we don't know. So they keep on asking her, did you have fun? She's like, yeah, but still, she presses the yes button, but still her face, they want her this sad look. Until the dad was like, did you say yes to the things where your heart said no to them? And then she was like, yeah. Then they showed her, or they told her, when you feel like saying no, say it. Don't say yes because now someone is saying
please the family.
Yeah, and then I think it showed the importance, it's really important to say no when you really feel like I don't want to do that. Because at the end of the day, everyone had fun. Whereas Sienna,
she did not.
Yeah, and everyone is laughing. Did you see 1, 2, 3? Then she's there like
So it's important to say your say.
Yeah, for sure. The hidden costs of ignoring or abandoning yourself, right? Because I think also when you stop abandoning yourself, no. How the abandoner, also you lose your self-respect in a way.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, the minute you stop abandoning yourself, you gain self-respect.
True.
Yeah.
True. That's true. And also on that note, I spoke earlier on about teaching people how to treat you. All right. So now when you stop abandoning yourself, you gain your respect, and also you teach people how to treat you, and then you gain respect from them as well. Yes. So it's important for individuals to teach people how to treat them.
Okay, the hidden costs.
Yeah.
So there's emotional exhaustion, as we said. Identity confusion.
Yeah.
Where you ask yourself, who am I outside of me pleasing people? Or me abandoning myself, or maybe I'll think it's at some point. And then you also attract one-sided relationships, as you've said.
Yes.
Feeling unseen or misunderstood and loss of self-trust. Because then there's this thing, every time you ignore your intuition, it's like scores or points. I forgot the word, but it's like, do you point somehow or do you lose her? And then whenever you have this feeling, you won't know whether to trust it or ignore it. Whereas every time you no bagare, not ba, or your intuition, no, skya go, and then okay, maybe I shouldn't go there, because you've been listening to it, and it mostly comes as a warning or maybe I don't know, foreshadowing or something like that. So when you don't listen to it, then you won't trust yourself or your inner self. Yeah.
Okay. Let's unpack that a little bit.
Okay.
So what happens is you feel like not going, right? But then you end up going, and then something happens, then you regret it. Ne? So it's called beating yourself up. So immediately after that, you're like, shucks, but I actually felt like not going. I should have listened to it. But now that you didn't, you wanna beat yourself up about it to say, no man, or maybe or I should have, and then you hate yourself about it. So it exhausts you. Ne? But the best thing to do in that situation is just to say, I didn't know better then, but now I know. So next time I will listen to the inner voice and actually act up on it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that way you will reduce losing points, like you putting it from self. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Guilt when choosing yourself, right? So the minute you start choosing yourself, that's when you sort of enforce boundaries between you and the other party, right? So why is it that boundaries feel wrong at first? Nah? And why is it that in most cases we feel guilty when we choose ourselves, especially when you've been pleasing others?
Because it's new. It's something that you don't know, you've never done. And remember, it's like you getting out of your comfortability. You now leave what used to be your comfort zone to something new. It's in a process of personal development. Because it's new, you're not used to it, and then you forever believed that it's wrong for you to say no. For example, right? So it will feel uncomfortable and you will feel bad. But because you're in a process of personal development, it's important for you to stick in it. Yes, because change is never easy and change is never comfortable. So if you can remind you those two, definitely you gonna get used to it at the end. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I wrote. I said guilt can mean you're breaking old conditioning, like you said, character development, and then you're stepping out of your comfort zone, right? And then the difference between selfishness and self-preservation. According to Better App in psychology, self-preservation is the fundamental instinct and behavior aimed at protecting oneself from physical, mental, or emotional harm. So, yeah.
Did you hear what you just read? Just come on, mom.
Ish. I went ahead and did research. Yeah, but sure, I don't know. Because I said the difference between selfishness and self-preservation, and then there's this. I think you very laugh. Okay.
I think we can narrow it down to what we can say is that is self-respect equivalent to selfishness. Where is the line between the two?
Okay.
I think that's what it's saying, to be like, is self-respect equivalent to selfishness? Where does one now be able to know this is self-respect, this is selfishness?
But I agree, we always say kokasi hore hana ka wena, right? And then when you do that, people will be saying, oh, selfish. And remember, people have been taught to believe that you're not supposed to be selfish, holy mode. But now we are preaching Hanaka wena. Is there a difference on that? Because now I'm breaking down what you say. Rather, we define selfishness and self-respect so that we can see if there's a line or not, right? So how does it happen that people say Hanaka wena and say it's wrong for you to be selfish? Right? Is there a difference in that? Because it means you will not be submitting to the things that people are saying you should if you don't want to, right? So in that moment, you being selfish about yourself, all right? So now we need to go back and learn that it is okay sometimes to be selfish about yourself. And then when you're being selfish about you, it means you respecting yourself. So that's self-respect right there. All right. So now it's the same thing. Now you need to unpack what is selfish, all right? When are you being selfish? Is it when you don't want to help someone with something that you have, or maybe a lot of it? I can think of an example now. When you have a lot of something someone needs and you don't need at that point, or you have enough to share, is that selfish or not? All right. Or when maybe you are tired, you want to rest, but maybe friends want you to go out and you say no, is that selfish? Do you understand? So somehow when you're being selfish, then you get to learn that that's the point where you're respecting yourself. And what we said again, you're teaching people to respect you. So they'll know if let's go out, Ali she'll tell you I will not go out because I'm tired, and they will not ask you. Then by Zangmo, they respect you. So that's where the line is. Yeah.
So I think what we also need to ask ourselves as individuals is, are we afraid of being called selfish in this manner? Because it's frowned upon to be selfish. But in reality, because also
Let me throw in a question. Every time when you hear someone being called selfish, what is their response?
selfish.
Yeah.
It depends. Some people are like, yeah, I feel like it's selfish because and then some become on defense mode. Nah, selfish. I get selfish. Yeah.
In most cases, people will say, no, I'm not. But you need to be bold enough to say, yes, at this instant, I am selfish about myself because 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're teaching people to respect us. So if you say, yes, in this instant, I am selfish about me because these are my reasons, say it boldly so that they understand. And the next time, people will not ask you the same thing again.
And then I also think, in terms of being selfish, there's this thing, I guess, get society or social media or whatever, little movie, whereas when someone is shown as selfish, like moto mo narcissistic, moto aliwane, but we never look at it in this POV. So
we need to learn the words and their meanings.
Because it's just throwing words. So you see, the depth of it. If you can say that. Okay, signs you are beginning to choose self-respect. Well, it was not self-respect, but rather yourself. So you pause. I think, in most cases, but let me tell you a question.
Yes.
Or pausing and then so in this case, before you say yes, you pause. Is this what I really want?
Yes. You ask yourself the questions.
And then you can sit with discomfort instead of over-explaining yourself. E.g., that example, maybe and then she's tired. So instead, she can always say, no, I don't want to go out because I'm tired. Instead of saying, no, I don't want to go out because I'm tired. I went to work and I slept late and she can just leave it at, I'm tired. And then even if it's uncomfortable for the friends and for her to not over-explain, but that discomfort, I said no, if but
Yes.
I said what I said.
We'll get used to it with time.
And then another one is you accept that not everyone will understand you. Will not understand your needs your needs. You allow people to be upset without fixing it. So I think because some boundaries are declared, someone might get upset over it, so you can allow them, because at the end of the day, it's my boundaries, it's how I feel. So and then but this is what she meant,
and this is where she wanna go about it.
Healing plus growth angle. How do you rebuild self-trust?
So now you're talking about when one needs to trust themselves.
Selves, yes.
Okay, so we are still on a journey of personal development. You are now taking yourself from the people towards yourself. And then you are correcting the self-abandonment. You are teaching self-respect. And also you want now to trust you again. So that means whenever you make a bold decision that includes saying no to the people, it means you need to stick to it. So you don't trust you because you've been saying yes the whole time, even when you actually know that you want to say no, right? So now when you say no this time, you need to stick to it.
You need to own it.
You need to own it. Let it be yours until to a point where people see it, that actually this is what this person wants. Ne, re kampan ra bolela hore, matsaitsi a o change it. And all that. Yes, o change it. Matsaitsi, yeah, this is what you want. You don't want that anymore. Right? Yeah. So now you need to trust you at that point. It's gonna be like what we spoke earlier on about uncomfortability and all that. Yes, but then now you need to trust you. Trust the process.
Okay. Quick game.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. So it's the retain or release it game.
Okay.
Ne?
Okay.
Ringi. Luana watsanane? Yeah. So the first one, so we're gonna say retain or release. We all know it most by now. Yeah. Saying yes when I actually want to say no.
You release.
Release, yes. Avoiding difficult conversations to keep peace.
Release.
Feeling responsible for other people's emotions.
Release.
I'm 50-50.
Okay. Let's hear.
Because I'm thinking there are moments where you need to understand the next person's perspective.
Okay.
You need to see where they're coming from. Not to say that will make you abandon yourself, but to say there's a point where you need to know that now I need to listen.
Okay.
And by doing that, you are allowing yourself to be in the moment, and you are allowing yourself to be able to offer yourself as what do they call it? I don't want to say as a crying shoulder, but as someone the next person can listen to.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm 50-50. Sometimes you can tell, situation I need. You can do that. But sometimes you need to do that.
Okay. So now the question was, are you responsible for the next person's feelings?
Not necessarily.
Okay, I think if I'm the one that inflicted the pain, then maybe I must somehow along the process take accountability and be responsible.
Yes. Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, but if it comes from a point of view where when I know because I'm choosing myself or because I said no in that moment.
Or they're
no.
going through whatever that you're going through, or they're going through, right? So you can be there for them, and support them and all that. But now, it's important that we understand, are you responsible for their feelings?
Okay. So, 50-50.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay. I think, yeah, it depends.
Yes, it depends on what feelings are we talking about.
Over-explaining myself so people understand my boundaries.
Release.
Yes. Staying in situations that drain me because I don't want to disappoint others.
Release.
Can you release again?
We are releasing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Believing that choosing myself makes me selfish.
Release.
Believing that choosing myself makes me selfish. Yeah, sort of thing.
Okay.
Ignoring my intuition when something doesn't feel right.
Release. And for you? You look like a 50-50 right now.
Yeah, no, thing is, kaivala, but I'm not processing it. So hence,
You don't feel trust your gut.
Yeah.
no, I do.
So what is it? Yes.
Ignoring my intuition when something doesn't feel right. Get release. No, I was reading it, but I was not processing it. Yes, like I can see, but yeah. Okay, last one. Prioritizing my peace even if others don't understand.
That's a retain.
Okay, no, yes, yes. So another thing is we need to notice where we kept choosing ourselves. No, others over ourselves, right? Because that's where the minute you start choosing others over yourself, that's where you abandon
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah. And with that, we're at the end of the episode.
Oh, wow. That was very educational.
Yeah, and
Thank you for the
insightful.
topic. Yeah.
Thank you for the nuggets. Thank you, Mfana. With that said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, to hit the like button, and to share. To leave a comment and share the video. Yeah. Until then.
We are out.